Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Listen, it's very difficult for me to do shows on Bitcoin cryptocurrency right now. I'll tell you, honest to goodness, Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies right now are like they're on hold. You know, they were getting ready to go into a big, massive bull run just before this stupid virus come along. And that's all we hear in the news right now. Everything in the news is virus, 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 virus. So I'm going to do a show here. I'm not going to make it illegal on my show right now to talk about the virus, but we're going to do some other stuff. We're going to talk about some other stuff on here other than the virus, because I'm sure you guys are all sick of hearing about it, you know. And basically in this particular show, we're going to kind of do a little bit more uh, old school Delta report, you know. So let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here. Now, I didn't say I'm not going to completely talk about the virus. I want to take a look. If you guys know who Mitch McConnell is, on the U.S. Senate, in the U.S. Senate, you know, what's funny is it was a funny photo taken of him, a photo opportunity, and he's trying to practice social distancing. He's trying to practice what we all should practice, social distancing. But the reporters were coming in, and they were asking him questions and stuff, and they were all maintaining their social distancing. And they really took this funny photo, you know. It's making its way out on Facebook and stuff. I'm going to see if I can focus in on the photo. And why it's funny is because everybody's standing so far away from each other. The reporters are holding their microphones out as far as they can, but trying not to get close to Mitch McConnell. And Mitch McConnell's trying not to get close to them. And it's actually creating kind of a humorous situation, you know. I mean, who would ever think we would see this kind of thing going on? This is craziness. Crazy. The world's turning into Crazyville. Anyway, let's take a look at some other stuff. Now, evidently there is, well, I got to get the picture for you and show you. It's a grandma. She's 82 years old. And she is doing her thing with the social distancing, and she's in the lockdown right now. She's 82 years old, and she's made a big sign. How do I get rid of this? Here's her. Let me refresh the page. Maybe I'll get rid of it. They're just constantly looking for money, you know. An 82-year-old woman there, they're popping it back up in there again, wanting money. But anyway, she made a sign that says, "Need more wine." And see her holding up the wine bottle behind her window right there? They put that ad right in the center of the page. But anyway, see her holding up that wine bottle with a big smile on her face? She needs more wine because she's at home, evidently, and she's at home during the lockdown. It says, during the coronavirus lockdown, some people will be going shopping for their vulnerable family members, including friends and neighbors. When doing this, it's important to make sure that they are stocked up on essentials. But for one woman, her most essential item came as a big surprise to her daughter. Kelly Mueller dropped by her 82-year-old mom's house to see if she needed anything to get her through the self-isolation. The pair were talking through a window when her mother, Annette, produced a huge handmade sign with an important message on it for Kelly. And it's in big letters. Need more wine. I don't blame the old girl. If whatever gets you through this, guys, you know, we're all in it together. We're all suffering through it together. Whatever gets you through, you know. And in this case, evidently, this 82-year-old woman, wine is what's getting her through. Now, here is an interesting story. A long-forgotten secret passageway is discovered in a wall at the UK Parliament. And here shows a picture of it. They found it. You know, I was thinking about this, you know. This is actually a great idea, you know. For a person to build their dream home or whatever and build in some secret passageways and stuff. And you know, there was a mansion years ago called the Winchester Mansion. Winchester made their fortune selling rifles and stuff, you know. And evidently, old lady Winchester, she was one of these ones that believed in ghosts and poltergeists and stuff, and she created all this special house called the Winchester House. And it's a place where people can go and visit today. It's all made out of wood. She hired carpenters in for years and years, and the only job that they had was to make staircases that would lead to nowhere. Secret walls and secret panels inside this huge mansion. And evidently the old girl thought that she was going to be able to trap ghosts in there or something because of the way she built it, But it's a very unusual place. But they found a secret doorway here. It says, within the wood paneling of the hallway of the British House of Commons, there was a small brass keyhole. Members of Parliament and staff walked past the tiny hole each day. The rare person who noticed the hole took it for an electrical cabinet. Entering a team of historians planning a much-needed restoration of the Palace of Westminster, which is home of the House of Commons and the House of Lords. The oldest part of the estate, Westminster Hall, dates back to 1099, and it's still in use. The team was at the Historic England Archive, poring over some 10,000 uncatalogued documents relating to the palace when they found something interesting. Plans for a doorway in the closeter behind the Westminster Hall. Back at the palace, they found that the tiny keyhole in the wood paneling, just where the plan suggested it would be, they had a key made so that they could open the door, and they discovered a secret passageway that was over 360 years old. To say that they were surprised is an understatement. They thought it had been walled up forever after the war. So I wonder what's in there. It must go down in there for a ways. This is a secret passageway. I found that kind of interesting. Now, let's take a look at other stories. An escaped circus zebra. He ran through suburban Paris streets. A zebra is running through the streets of Paris. And he was accompanied with 2 horses. It says surprise witnesses in a Paris suburb captured a video of a zebra running loose through the town alongside a duo of horses. So we're going to start the video and see what we see here.
Incroyable le gars, incroyable, mais c'est vrai.
Voilà, je suis au Kenya. Voilà, je suis au Kenya, les gars. Tête de homme, un zèbre.
Evidently, they didn't get free for very long. Well, look at this story right here. Somebody was trying to spit on people. Assault charges handed out after customers allegedly tried to spit on Tim Hortons employees. Now with this disease going around, they should really charge people hard if they try to do things like that. And people are really getting. There's a lot of stress on people. They're not getting their meds like they should be getting. And this is a big problem. So, it always pays to try to be patient and everything, but sometimes you get these people who just look at this story. Incident at a grocery store. Aggressive behavior. Assault charges laid after aggressive behavior at a grocery store. And it says here, this was in Kitchener, Ontario. It says a 27-year-old man is facing assault charges after 2 altercations outside a Kitchener grocery store. Waterloo Regional Police were called and the Real Canadian Superstore. They say there was a long lineup outside the store in accordance with physical distancing rules. An altercation broke out between a 27-year-old man and two other people in line when shoppers were trying to walk around items of the man's that were blocking the way, according to officials. Police say there were a total of 2 incidents which resulted in one person being pushed to the ground. The man, who has not been identified, has been charged with 2 counts of assault. So, yeah, people are really on edge right now, and it's not surprising because, we are social. Humans are social beings. And this whole thing that we have to do right now is antisocial behavior. It goes against our grain as a species. And yes, we have to do it. And yes, it's the right thing to do. But, hopefully it won't last that much longer because I see it starting to strain on an awful lot of people now, and some of them are just basically going over the edge. And there's a number of different ways that people can go over the edge, and basically lose it. Not just to hurt others, but they can even hurt themselves, And so this is a very bad situation that we're in right now. Hopefully it'll get resolved pretty soon. I think it will. I don't think this is going to last a whole lot longer. It's going to be one little strange period in human history when we look back on it in future times. It's going to be one little strange period in human history. So you guys stay safe out there the best you can. And do your bit in the whole thing, and we'll catch you guys in the next show. Bye-bye.